Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And I'm coming to you after my first full day at Dr. John Demartini's event, Master Planning for Life. And it has been incredible. It's seriously intense. I've never before been to a workshop. I've been to plenty of self-development events, but this is an actual workshop where we literally bring our laptops in and we sit down, we're at desks, and we literally, even from probably the first 20 minutes in the room, we were on the laptop, got set up, and we just went. We have a master document, which is about 55,000 words long, and it is major. It's something, I think it's like 450 pages or something. And we're literally going through this massive process of just going through over 2,000 different questions that are ultimately guiding us to our best life and master planning all 7 areas of life. So it is massively, and so it is a serious definitely an incredible event, something that when you push yourself to do, you definitely wouldn't do. I don't think I'd have the stamina to kind of do this like we're doing from 7, 8 a.m. in the morning all the way through till 7 p.m. But I had some major ahas yesterday that I really wanted to share with you guys, and I really want you guys to definitely start thinking into so that you can utilize it for your own personal development. But this message today is all about using your inspiration as your greatest guide towards your best life. And really what I want to talk to you about that is that a major section of the questions that we went through yesterday were uncovering the moments in your life that have been most inspirational. So every time that you have, had a moment of inspiration where you have, had tears of inspiration, goosebumps, whatever that has been, where you've just been kind of overwhelmed with this sense of inspiration, which is this kind of connection to whatever it is, this connection, this overwhelming sense of inspiration of something that matters, that means something deeply. And you might have had those moments when you listened to an amazing song, that made you kind of tear up, or you watched an incredible movie and something happened in that movie that just totally inspired you. Or maybe you've had moments in your life where you've witnessed certain things between people, or been at different events, or however those moments of inspiration have come to you. I really encourage you guys to use this process of going back in your life and finding those moments of inspiration, because when you can absolutely tally all of those up and have a list of all those different moments of inspiration. What were the words in that song that inspired you most? What happened in that movie that just brought you to tears? What was that conversation that you had that you just felt totally enlivened and inspired by? What person did you hear speak or talk into something that just completely inspired you? If you can get a list of all of those different times and things that happened in your life that inspire you, you'll start to see a correlation between and a pattern between what's going on in each of those moments of inspiration. And ultimately, when we can do that, we can see what our soul is kind of calling for us to do, what matters most to us as an individual. And I was going through this process and definitely uncovering different moments of inspiration in my life, which definitely reinforced to me the reason why I do what I do. And but really what I wanted to share with you guys today is a moment of inspiration that actually happened for me in the room yesterday. And I was just overwhelmed with this sense of inspiration and gratitude and freedom. And really why that happened for me was I came to a bit of a realization. So we're in this room, there's 70 people, we're all on our laptops, we're all going through all these questions. And we have Dr. John Demartini up the front of the room and two of his great, amazing coaches. And whenever we're going through a question, we can just jump up to them. We can go and see Dr. John Demartini. If he's busy, we've got his other two coaches, and we're really supported in that room to uncover, what we're being triggered by, or what our challenges are, what we're struggling with, whatever it is, so we can get it handled and get it tackled right there and then, and move through these questions. Anyway, I started off the day realizing that I might have been a bit idealistic in terms of the last time I went through the process of determining my values. And for any of you guys who haven't done it yet, please go and check out Dr. John Demartini's values determination test. It's all free, it's online. It's such a brilliant process to get real clarity over what your values are. And there is nothing more enlightening than, discovering what those are and aligning with them for your best life. But ultimately what happened for me was I had picked definitely the right 4 top values for me. But as we were going through all these different questions, I was kind of getting this sense, this kind of icky feeling within that was sort of suggesting to me that I hadn't got the hierarchy right, and I was trying to make the hierarchy be something that I thought would be better other than as opposed to what it actually was. And so I was kind of feeling a bit shaken up, and I went and I was chatting to Dr. Demartini about it, and yeah, it was kind of an interesting experience. It gave me some questions to ask, and eventually by the afternoon I discovered that definitely my hierarchy was out, and definitely this one thing was on top of the list that my other self just didn't really want to admit that, and I didn't really want that to be the case because I thought that it would get in the way of all my goals and everything that I'm looking to achieve, right? And so I went to Dr. Demartini and explained this whole scenario to him, and he gave me such freedom because he was able to show me that wasn't getting in the way of me achieving my goals. In fact, it was a wealth that I had to offer that would absolutely enhance my ability to achieve my goals. And in that moment, I was absolutely given this immense freedom. I went back to my chair and I just got overwhelmed with gratitude, inspiration, freedom. And I definitely realized in that moment how good it feels when you absolutely accept fully who you are, and you don't try and be anything you think you should be, even if they are your values. Make sure that you get clarity over what their real hierarchy is, what is absolutely most empowering and brilliant for you. Because when we get clarity and we accept what our values are, it might be a different conversation. We can shift our values, but the other way is to link our values to link what we're doing to our highest values. I'm not going to go into that conversation. I think that's going to get confusing. I'm just going to stay with what I'm trying to explain to you right now. Sorry guys, I always can go off on some other tangent. But so with this, when I realized that having that real authentic highest value of mine that comes before all others in that position on my list was absolutely a gift and was absolutely supporting everything that I'm doing, and I was able to accept fully that that's the hierarchy, that sets us on fire. Because when we identify what is truly, absolutely, authentically our highest values, what we most find important in our lives, and we fully accept that, align with it, like life opens up and you feel like fears melt away. Because I was trapped in a lot of fear that wasn't allowing me to get into action in some goals because I absolutely didn't know it, but I wasn't being fully authentic. I was being pretty authentic in terms of knowing what my values were, but that hierarchy made a real difference, and I was trying to almost subconsciously pretend that the hierarchy was different to what it was, because I felt so like I wanted to achieve, these certain goals, that I thought that was going to be counterproductive to it, and it absolutely wasn't. And I've now made the discovery that it's completely in alignment with and actually enhances my ability to attain my goals. So I am hoping that you get a couple of things from today's message. Number one, that you recognize that it's the power of our inspirational moments throughout our life that can absolutely identify or allow us to identify what is absolutely most valuable to us as human beings, and give us such direction in terms of the life that would light us up the most. Because when we can get attached to that, fears melt away, we get into action, we're willing to take on, more and more challenge and pain and struggle to get to that end result, instead of limiting ourselves. And that secondly, your ability to be honest with yourself and be brutally raw honesty with yourself. Don't delve down that little voice that's kind of nagging, saying, you're not quite on the money there. You're kind of pretending to be something that you're not, and you're thinking you should be somebody that you're not, and all that's doing is actually drumming up and building all these fears within you that are preventing you from living your life's purpose. And instead, the sooner you're honest and authentic and align fully with that, and find how your values and your ability to be totally all of who you are absolutely supports you rather than hinders you in terms of the direction of creating an inspiring life for yourself, wow, does life begin at that moment. And I'm really hoping that you are going to get some of that value that I've just mentioned in today's message. But let me check in with you guys. For any of you guys who haven't yet filled in that quick, short little questionnaire for me, so that I can absolutely know what's going on in your world right now, so that I can absolutely be trying my best to add maximum value to you, specific to what you're challenged with, specific to where you want the most motivation, inspiration, and direction. I'd really value your feedback there, so please help me out. And for everybody who's already done that, I'm so excited to dive into your results and answers. I can't wait to go through that. So thank you so much to everybody who's taken the time to do that. And also, if you haven't joined the Limitless Potential Inner Circle Facebook community, links up above as well. You've got to come and join us in that incredible community of inching up to 4,000 like minds who are absolutely striving to reach new levels of their potential, and they want to support, challenge, and encourage you to do the same. So let me check in with you guys, and if you've got any questions, drop them below, any comments, any feedback, any of it. I'd love to engage with you now. I've got Giovanni and Paula and Adini and Sandra and John and Samuel and Trish and Judy's here and Shashank and Rana and Jason and Wolf's here and Shashank. Vanessa, my inspiration is to be a rich man, but why I every time fail to achieve what I want. Lots of inspiration, so as to you, what is missing in me? Please explain. Thanks in advance, your follower. Oh, thank you so much, Shashank, for your question and for being here. I appreciate it. So what I would say to you is I would really, really, really tenfold encourage you to go over to drdmartini.com. I'll put the link above for any of you guys who want to do this. Go to the values determination test, and you must be absolutely honest with yourself. Give yourself at least 1 hour to get really honest with yourself and go through the set of questions online. It's all free. You've got access to it. And definitely by the end of that, you are going to have a lot of clarity over what your true values are, because we are constantly moving toward what we think to give us the greatest advantage over disadvantage in any given moment of life. So if you are setting a goal for yourself, for you here, Shashank, you're saying that you want to be rich. DeMartini would say he goes to rooms all across the globe and he asks the entire room, put your hand up if you want to be financially free. 100% of the room will put their hand up saying, yeah, of course, I want to be financially free. But why is it that it's only 1% of the population who ever attain that financial freedom? It's because of what they value. And so if we can get clarity over what you really value, then we will see why it is that you set a goal and you don't attain it, because it's not in alignment with your values. And when we have absolute honesty and clarity of your authentic, genuine values, we can do one of two things. We can either drop fantasy goals because they're totally not in alignment with the truth of what you value, or we can go about shifting our values and identifying what are the kind of what would I need to value in terms of attaining that result, and then we need to go onto a process of making that shift, which is another I could do a whole nother video on that, but I need you to start with just uncovering your highest values. And Shashank, once you do that, why don't you share that with us all in the Limitless Potential Inner Circle Facebook community, and we will all put our input in there for you so that we can help to guide you to that next level of your potential, and definitely work out where there's that misalignment going on. But yes, I hope that that's very helpful for you, Shashank. I appreciate you being here. And Jared's here, and Alexandria, hello, and Heinz, and Jeremy's here, awesome, and Ray, and Sandra. Oh, your authenticity is shining through today. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. As you guys know who follow me a lot, authenticity is everything, so thank you. That's such a kind compliment, Sandra. I appreciate you. And Alexandra, I'm loving that you're finding inspiration and wisdom here. And Sergio's here. And Alexandra, if you don't listen to your inner inspiration, that voice will be silent after a while. Yeah, it's kind of like you learn how to block it fully out. But why do we do that? Because the moment we tap into our true inspiration is the moment that we are given the courage to take action, to move into alignment with it. And when we avoid it, we get trapped in fears and an unfulfilling life. So definitely, I totally agree with you there, Alexandria, and we need to find ways of reigniting our ability to tap into that internal wisdom and that inspiration, and use it as our greatest guide towards living our best life. Your greatest life is absolutely authentic with you. You know, it's absolutely individualized for you. It's not anybody else's perception as to what it should be. And the moment you step out of the shoulds and you get into the clarity and the authenticity of what it actually is the moment you actually start living your life for real. So I thank you for bringing that to the conversation, Alexandria, and Rayoul's here, and Damien, and Frank, and Jolene. And yes, Rayoul, I will definitely put the link above today's video once I sign off. So you guys who are action takers, who want to get to the next level, you're going to go do the values determination test on Dr. John Demartini's website, which I'll link. Thanks, Rayoul. And Lucy's here. Awesome to see you. And Shashank, thanks a lot, Vanessa, for explaining my question. Grateful that that was helpful to you, Shashank. Thank you. And Jace is here, and Stephen, and Ricky. Awesome, guys. Well, that really was my message for you today, guys. I got to race off. I've got to get to day 2 of Master Planning for Life. Pretty intense. And I can't wait to share any more further insights and value pieces with you guys. And for everybody just joining me, I hope you catch the recording and get a ton of value from today's message. I know Amy's just joined. And definitely, as always, I am sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's beautiful and amazing and extraordinary, just like you. And thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I so appreciate your interaction and your questions and your engagement. You are so appreciated. I'm very grateful for you. I hope you know it. Don't forget it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Much love.